Hello, welcome back to MasterTalentTeachers.com. I'm your master coach for kids and teenagers. And today we are going to approach part 2 of the 4 resources that an actor uses to bring moment-to-moment truth to their work. This one is called observation. And let me explain a little bit about what that is. We in life and in class have exercises where we study other people. We study their mannerisms, we take notes, we observe what they're doing, and we add that and layer our performances with that. You know, the English actors work very much from the outside in, and American actors work from the inside out. And I like to do both. I think it's important to use everything at our disposal, and this resource is very powerful. And this is about 2 teenagers who are grieving for the suicide of one of their friends. And of course, this is a very real topic in real life. So today I've asked the actors to observe what they've seen when they've seen someone grieve. So let's talk to them now and see what they've come up with to demonstrate. So welcome back, Joey and Nicole. We're getting ready to work here today on part 2 of our 4-part series. In part 1, we covered personal experience or memory. We used a Gestalt technique with these 2. You guys remember what we did for that one? This time I've asked Joey and Nicole to think about who they've observed grieving, and I wanted to see what you guys came up with. So what did you come up with, Nicole?
I think I came up with seeing people that grieve, and especially teenagers, but I think it goes for almost anyone who's grieving, is that they have a little bit darker circles under their eyes from lack of sleep. Their hair is not very put together or anything, because I don't think they've really taken the time, because nothing really matters in that point of the stage of grieving. And so I think for me, just to kind of muss up my hair a little bit, take some time kind of by myself to feel that solitude of what it's like.
Have you also had that experience and observed what you were like?
I've had it to a small amount. I wouldn't say as much as I think I've seen other people grieve harder than I have, but I think I understand kind of where it comes from, and as an actor I've experimented by myself and tried to kind of make the situations that hurt me even bigger in my mind, just for the sense of what it feels like and where I can locate that in my body, and how I act and how I look, and looking in the mirror and see your face get puffy and your eyes look tired and
glazed.
Yeah. And
people
so
have
I think
that glazed look when they're grieving, like they're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I use all of that and some of my own experience and my own experiments in by myself, or in front of the mirror, or in front of the camera.
Perfect. That's the stuff that we want to think about here today. What about you, Joey? What did you come up with? What have you observed?
Well, from what I've seen, it's very subtle in my from what I've seen, is that you see teens and they're very somber. They're very just slower and just kind of. Their whole day is just slow, everything that they do. And you can tell, maybe they were crying, maybe they weren't, but their eyes are just, there's something different, they're just, they're worn out. They're just, they're tired and depressed from what has happened. And yet it's just their whole mannerism just becomes drawn down from what I've seen, and it's just very, very slower. Yeah.
So great. That's so true too. And as I spoke about earlier, it's the things that we observe that we want to add to our performances. Often actors add the makeup and the costume and the wigs and the hair and the hats and get the pipe or whatever, and it helps them become the character. The things that we observe help us become the character. So do you guys feel like you need any makeup to change your look at all for this?
For me, I don't think so.
Okay.
For me, I think I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You can do it with emotion.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think for me, maybe unless you really go into method acting and like stay up all night the night before you're gonna shoot something to get the tired look, then yeah, I would hopefully have a really good makeup artist to maybe add a little bit of the darker circle on.
So let's do it.
Okay.
Let's add a little bit of makeup that Nicole feels she might need, and let's have you guys go into that place of thinking about what you've observed and adding that to a layer of the Gestalt exercise we did in part 1. All right, so you want to get ready for that, and then we'll shoot a little bit of the scene.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Sometimes good. Sometimes bad. I'll be walking down the hallway thinking about lunch and I'll just start crying. Other times I'm fine. Other times I think he's still here. You know what else?
What?
It makes me really angry. The fact that he's gone, but I'm still here. It's really lousy. He's a jerk. I love him, but he's a jerk. Jason, do you know why he did it?
Do you?
No. Maybe a little. No. Screwed up his knee so he couldn't play ball. Was having trouble in chemistry too. Dad was like a major jerk to him sometimes. Wanted to be in love and wasn't. But that's like all of us. It's not like suicide.
He was smoking a lot of dope.
Yeah?
Yeah. Too much. I don't know why.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I thought you were mad at me.
I was mad at you. You stood me up. What's that got to do with it?
I'm sorry.
There. Was that so hard? How come I had to wait 8 weeks?
I was embarrassed.
Apology appreciated and accepted. My dad told me to say that.
So I think that was really good. I think that adding the layer of what you've observed to the characters in the scene it really gave it another dimension. So if you didn't get a chance to watch part 1, where we used personal memory and personal experience, go back and watch part 1 and then see how they added another layer to this scene. Thank you so much for watching us. If you are interested in classes, please don't hesitate to visit me at dianechristiansen.com. You'll be in class with actors like Joey and Nicole. And thank you so much, guys. That was extraordinary. And I hope that you got a lot out of this today. Visit us for part 3, where we cover adding imagination, or the as if technique. And have a good one. We'll see you next time.